So it's just a couple of minutes ago, we're talking to Rebecca about her thirst traps in Greece, and now we turn to Cassie and her inner debate and inner dialogue about going on Ozempic.
Yeah, well, fat people can do thirst traps too.
Damn right you can.
Hell yeah, super thirsty, but still.
Is it Ozempic or is it a different semaglutide?
It's a different one. So I think I'll use Ozempic like the word Kleenex.
Yeah.
Right? It's the brand name everyone knows, but it's really tissues or GLP-1. So I'm looking at one, I forget the name, it's Zepbound. It's a newer one that's really more focused on weight loss and supposed to have less side effects. So for those of you who are new or just tuning in, I have been thinking about going on these weight loss drugs for quite a while now, honestly. I've struggled with weight my whole life, roller coaster, done all the diets, recently shifted more into eating healthy and building better habits, but I'm having a hard time finding the time to do that. And so I was looking at like these GLP-1s, but feeling like it was a cop-out or a cheat code because I wasn't putting in the work at the gym because I didn't have time. I like going to the gym. It's not that I don't want to work out. I actually enjoy it. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I hate the gym. No, I really do.
I do too.
I do it, but I hate it. Was there a... What's the word I'm looking for? We used to call it weight loss wake up call, but it seems to me like you've always been trying something. Did something recently happen where you're like, okay, now I got to try Ozempic?
I just don't like how I feel. Okay. It's really not so much how I look. I just don't like how I feel. I just feel very bloated all the time. I'm wearing dresses and I had, because I had 2 kids, my abs are pulled apart with diastasis recti. It's a different thing, but it means like I have like a little upper pooch in my belly. I've got one of it's called a bee belly where it looks like a bee. It's got double curves and it's just, I'm so bloated that I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable in my clothes. And then also, I'll be candid. And my doctor told me this last year. They're like, you need to get your cholesterol down by the age of 40 or you're going to be on cholesterol meds for the rest of your life. And I took that very seriously, but I'm having trouble like reaching that point. And so I'm like, it's time for a conversation about whether or not these drugs would work for me. And I sat down and had a very frank one. I was like, I don't take this lightly. This is something I've actually held off for a long time because I think the craze in Hollywood made me not like it because all these celebs seem to be taking it and they were also doing like buccal fat removal and they just started looking like these super skinny alien beings. And I think in my head, I was like, I don't want to buy into that. I don't want to buy into that movement. And that's not what I want from my life. I want this for health. And I think it gave it a weird, bad stigma for me personally. But if my friends were taking it, I was, yes, go queen. Do you do what you need to do to take care of your health? But I was not applying those rules to me for some reason.
Which is weird that it was okay for your friends, but not okay for you.
I think it's because, and I'll touch on this. I read some Facebook comments from the Bert Show Fam, but I think it's because sometimes you're always harder on yourself and you have higher expectations and it's easy to look at someone else and be like, hey, yeah, you have a lot going on. I do what you need to do. Even if you don't have a lot going on, go for it. But me, I'm like, well, I'm not in the gym at 4 a.m. every single day. And I'm not just living off protein shakes. So I'm a failure.
I don't want to be the Debbie Downer here. And I want you to do whatever is right for you. My concern with these drugs is when people are saying I'm doing this for my health, it's just that we don't know what the long-term effects health-wise are with these yet. So I'm wondering if we're sacrificing the future for right now. I think that's valid. And it's something I brought up and found out semaglutides have actually been around since the 70s. First one really hit the market in 2005 for more for diabetics than weight loss, right? For blood sugar control. So there's about 20 years of study, which is small when you take into account a human's lifespan for like the semaglutides like Ozempic. Zepbound has less about 10 years. I talked to the doctor about that and I brought up the gastroparesis, like, cause your intestines, this is layman's speak, but can get frozen and paralyzed. Basically, there are bad side effects. And so we went through the ringer and cause I don't have all like IBS or problems. She's like, this will be less side effects. And I said, knowing what you know, looking at the side effects, the irreversible ones and my chart, do you think this is a smart move for me? And she said, I feel very comfortable prescribing this. And to hear a doctor say that and then say it's helped so many people, I'm like, all right, that to me, you as the medical professional, I'm going to take you like what you say heavily.
A medical professional you trust.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, like you can substitute semaglutide with any drug there. And I know we were talking about like long-term research, but semaglutides have been around for a hot minute. But when it comes to like every drug has a side effect. And when you take something, ultimately, like you're helping something, but you're hindering something else in the process. I know with my anti-anxiety meds, right? I take Lexapro. I know at some point in time, my doctor wants me to get off of it because for long-term for women, blah, 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 there's like, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, but not right now. But so I feel like you literally, like we just happen to be talking about semi-glutides. You could literally replace that with anything and everything would still apply.
Yeah, I mean, especially for you, you've been on Effexor for 25 years with doing the Bert Show. Like, do you regret taking those at all? Even though I mean, I'm under the impression that was really helpful for you in running the show.
It was for a while. I do not regret it. I might have made a different decision had I been informed on how difficult it was to get off. But I needed it at the time.
Yeah.
But it does take away in other areas. Sexually, it sucks.
Yeah, so I almost wonder if like that's like the equivalent here. Like we're all just wired differently, and sometimes like it's okay to admit that we need help. Like life is really freaking hard, and if there's something that you can do, even if it's just temporary, to help you get to where you want to be, so that you don't feel these things that you don't want to feel anymore. To me, that makes a lot of sense.
And I think I'm coming to terms with that. And I think because weight loss is so tied up in physical appearance too, like a little part of me has been rejecting it because I want to accept myself as I am, and I do for how I look, and I'm proud of that. It's just how I feel, and then you can't ignore there are health implications that I am facing, and I would like to handle those. But what surprised me the most was the comments on Facebook and online. I mean, they were so supportive.
Right.
But what surprised me wasn't that I expected a lot of people to push back and be like, no, you should do it the old-fashioned way. Really, like only a couple of those, and they were worried about the side effects. The amount of friends I had contact me to tell me that they were on semaglutides blew my mind. I knew a couple of my friends did, and it worked for them, which is what got me thinking about it. But literally people I had looked at and been like, how does this person do it? They look great. And like they've got kids, they've got a full-time job, and they look amazing. And for me, just to have the veil lifted and realize like, oh, everybody's got like help in doing this, and having them be so open and raw with me, and it's like something people feel like they need to keep a secret, but then it made me feel really good to know it worked for other people.
Well, I think also some of that comes from those that are applying guilt because they're not on them and they see others on them and it's effective. So they have to find something wrong with the process because they don't feel good about themselves.
Right. And so there are a couple comments from our Facebook page I want to read because this changed how I felt about it and got rid of any trepidation I had. Haley Page says, I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I also have it, and insulin resistance. I've been on it for 2 months and I'm down 12 pounds, but I feel free. I'm not thinking about food all the time. And I think now women with PCOS finally have a leveled playing field when it comes to eating and exercising on it. Kimberly Wilson says, I have been on Zepbound, which is the one I'm looking at, and was terrified to tell anyone for a while because of the stigma that comes with it. I worked out for 3 years, lost maybe 15 pounds, could never follow a diet because the food noise was so loud. I constantly felt like I was failing. This medicine has been a life changer for me. I enjoy my workouts now. I'm making better decisions on my own. I'm officially down 115 pounds.
Wow.
This is not a magic shot, but you have to do the work too. And then Linda said something that Linda Kittendorf says, don't put off gaining the other health benefits because of the mental block about doing it the natural way. Holly Frost said, and I think I needed to hear this the most. This is the comment that resonated with me the most. And I feel like there are going to be people in the car that need to hear this today. Why are you so hard on yourself and mean to yourself? Why are you wanting to impose super stringent expectations on yourself that you would not impose on other people you love? Do you believe you should somehow be punished for carrying extra weight? Or do you think you can only do things the right way in order to feel good about your successes? Are you battling perfectionism? It's okay to do easy. And finally, this is an email I received, so I've taken the listener's name out, but her words were so powerful, I wanted to share it. Because there's one trend I saw with all of these comments, and it was not only is their weight down, like blood pressure is down, cholesterol is down, they feel less inflamed, and they felt more motivated to start working out and eating healthier because they started feeling better. And everyone said jumpstart, kickstart.
Yep.
People who didn't know each other, it was a kickstart to get me to where I needed to be. It helped me jumpstart my health journey.
It's a domino effect.
Yes, and I loved looking at it that way as a tool in the arsenal, right? Because all of them were very straight up like, you must still eat healthy and drink water and do the exercise. It's not a cheat code. But this is what the email said. This is a portion from it. The medication enabled and empowered me to do the other work I needed to do to be successful. As my inflammation went down along the scale, I felt more able to work out and build my healthy habits. I felt best eating higher protein, high fiber foods, so I was able to teach myself what a healthy diet really was and feel how it impacted my body without the wild cravings. Without the food noise, I had the headspace to truly work on my food issues and repair my relationship with my body and food. I was more inspired to invest in myself in other ways to get healthier mentally and physically. The medication was something I needed to get the rest of the puzzle pieces to fit together. And so hearing these perspectives of people saying it was like a puzzle piece that slotted in to help them see the big picture, I think it convinced me. So I think I'm going to talk to my doctor, and I think I'm going to start Zepbound and start that journey.
You do what's right for you.
Yeah, but thank you, Bert Show Fam, for being so raw and vulnerable. I have never seen this outpouring in a long, long time of Facebook comments and emails and support. But people sharing their journeys, I did not realize how many people it was truly, truly helping. And that's amazing.
And now it can help you.
Woo!
The Bert Show.